Hola clase, and welcome back to stem changing verbs, or as I like to call them, boot verbs. Alright, let's go over our subject pronouns one more time. Yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, nosotras, ellos, ellas, ustedes. Now, do you guys remember which ones change? Okay. All of the ones that are inside of our boot change their stem, right? All right, so now we're going to learn about verbs that change from O to UE. An example of that would be dormir. So what's our first step? We drop the IR, right? Ir, gone. Now, the stem changes from O to UE, so dorm becomes duerm, right? And then, again, we have regular endings for IR verbs. So we have o, es, imos, en. The only changes that occur are the O changes to UE, or our stem, inside of our boot, in the yo, tú, él, ella, usted form, and ellos, ellas, and ustedes, right? Okay, now here we have a list of O to UE stem changing verbs. So all of these verbs follow that pattern that I just showed you in dormir. Let's practice saying them. Almorzar, contar, dormir, encontrar, mostrar, poder, recordar, and volver. Okay, clase. Let's look at an example of the verb encontrar, which means to find, right? ¿Qué encuentras en una clase de español? I'm going to give you a second. I want to see if you can answer it. Encuentro estudiantes. Okay, so a couple things for us to look at are the O to UE stem change, right? And also, in the question above, they said encuentras, and the answer is encuentro in the yo form, right? Because if I ask a question in the tú form, you have to answer it in the yo form. Okay. Ahora, let's look at the verb poder. Poder is like can, right? Poder is always followed by an infinitive. Let's look at an example. ¿Puedes bailar? ¿Puedes bailar? So notice the O to UE stem change, right? The O to UE. And then also notice that bailar is an infinitive. ¿Puedes bailar? Can you dance? Vamos a ver. How would you answer that? Sí, puedo bailar, right? Because we changed the tú form, es, to the yo form, o, right? And notice bailar is still in the infinitive. Okay? Ahora, let's look at the verb almorzar. Now, almorzar means to have lunch. I'd like to clarify that in some countries in South America, this is a very common usage. However, in other countries, they do not use this verb to mean to have lunch. For example, in Spain and Mexico, lunch is called la comida. La comida. So it's something different, okay? All right, so let's look at this O to UE stem changer. ¿A qué hora almuerzan ustedes? Right? We got our O in our original stem, UE. ¿A qué hora almuerzan ustedes? How would you answer this question? Vamos a ver. Almorzamos a las 12. So, a couple things we want to look at. First of all, if I ask a question in the ustedes form, you would answer in the nosotros form, right? Amos. And note that in the nosotros form, there is no stem change, right? The stem change happens inside of our boot, and the nosotros form is outside of our boot. All right. Well, that's all for today. And if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the Q&A section. Chao clase, hasta luego.